This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, Dunedin Mayor Dave Carl says his family is behind his decision to relinquish the mural chains. The University of Otago is celebrating its 150th anniversary this year with a host of events. And the Governor-General says the Otago Museum's redeveloped Science Centre is as good as Te Papa's multi-million-dollar nature gallery. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Dunedin Mayor Dave Carl says the wishes of his family is behind his decision to relinquish the mural chains at the next local body election. Mayor Carl fronted local media today, comfortable in his decision not to seek re-election in October.
They may not have come in their droves, but local media did turn out today to hear Dunedin Mayor Dave Carl explain why he's standing down rather than seeking re-election in October's local body elections.
I've come to the conclusion that after 3 years as a councillor and 9 years as mayor, given that I've got a significant birthday next year, I think it's time to lessen the workload a bit and spend some more quality time with my family.
The 69-year-old says there's two main reasons he won't be seeking a fourth term.
The wishes of my family, and from a personal point of view, did I think that in 2 years' time I would still be feeling like I was able to give the job what it requires, and would I still be enjoying it as much?
He was elected mayor in 2010 after voting against the building of Forsyth Bar Stadium as a councillor. The stadium was operational the following year, and despite being an opponent at the time, he doesn't regret voting no.
I think it's a wonderful asset to the city, and it's providing enormous benefits for the city. What I don't think is possible is to say it would have been better not to build it, or it definitely has justified itself, because it's completely hypothetical.
As for his replacement, so far only 3 candidates have put their hands up, but it's anticipated there will be other contenders, possibly including Carl's council sparring partner Lee Vandervis.
I don't think it would be a very wise decision on the part of the electorate.
Dave Carl says he'll continue in his role as President of Local Government New Zealand until July next year, the full stop on his political career. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A boarding house has been targeted in an apparent drive-by shooting in North Dunedin today. Police armed with Bushmaster rifles were at the scene on the corner of Great King Street and St David's Street opposite North Ground. A young woman who's a resident at the house says it was shot at. Donna Cairns, the manager of neighbouring Lambert Oaks Motor Lodge, says she heard a gunshot. Police left the scene shortly before 4 this afternoon after standing guard and interviewing witnesses. The University of Otago is celebrating its sesquicentennial this year with a host of events. An exhibition covering the first 150 years of Otago University opened today at the Otago Museum.
Oh, how the times have changed. From the foundation stones to the first Māori and female graduates, and to a model of the first mixed gender flat in 1967, then this recently filmed drone footage flyover. The University of Otago has seen a lot of change in its first 150 years, and curating the exhibition has been a learning curve as well as a 2-year labour of love for the woman overseeing the collection.
And as you can tell from my accent, I'm not from here. I was curious about why they asked me to tackle this challenge, and I think maybe part of it is that I don't come with a lot of baggage, and I could come in with fresh eyes and look and see. So I've spent a lot of the last 2 years talking and even more listening to people to collect stories.
Some items have travelled a considerable distance, including some from Antarctica and facial reconstruction models from Europe dating from the First World War. While she didn't want to pick out a favourite part of the exhibition, Longnecker says there's one piece of history which really grabbed her.
That in the early part of the 20th century, when hosts had guests over, one of the things that they might do was blindfold the guest and ask them to draw a pig in the pig book. And we have a pig book that was the property of Professor John Broughton from the dental school, his mother's pig book, that one of the guests that drew in there was Tarangi Hirua when he visited the family home. And so in the exhibition, you can see the drawing, which looks a little bit more like a hippopotamus than a pig, but considering he was blindfolded, he did really well. And it's the drawing from Sir Peter Buck.
Working on the project in her spare time, Nancy Longnecker says there was so much they had to leave out, but she feels they have an accurate picture of the University of Otago from its beginnings to the present day.
This is not the end of the history of the University of Otago. This is just a snapshot of those first 150 years. So I'm sure that in another 50 years we will have a 200th anniversary and there will be more amazing stories to be told.
All facets of campus life are captured, from orientation to capping and many points in between, from scholastic to sporting and social exploits. The exhibition celebrating 150 years of Otago University opens tonight at the Otago Museum. In Dunedin, the South Today.
2 people were taken to hospital in a serious condition last night after reportedly inhaling LPG gas in a Dunedin holiday park. A St John's spokesman has confirmed 1 patient was taken to Dunedin Hospital last night by ambulance and another by rescue helicopter. Police have been asked to comment on the incident. There's reports a man and a woman were rushed to hospital after being overcome with fumes in a caravan at Portobello Village Tourist Park. It's understood the woman was able to leave the caravan and raise the alarm. The owner of the holiday park declined to comment. Governor-General Dame Patsy Reddy has praised the Otago Museum's redeveloped Science Centre as equally wonderful as Te Papa's costlier new multi-million-dollar nature gallery. Dame Patsy and her husband Sir David Gascoigne were given a guided tour of the redeveloped facility.
From the heavens to the earth. At the end of her more than an hour-long visit, Governor-General Dame Patsy Reddy enthusiastic about Otago Museum.
Now, having just been to the opening of the new nature exhibition at Te Papa, I can tell you it's wonderful, but you've got equally wonderful samples.
Dame Patsy, accompanied by her husband Sir David Gascoigne, took in the sights in the planetarium before enjoying the warmth and colour of the Butterfly House. Museum Director Ian Griffin says her praise for the organisation reflects on the dedication of the staff.
And it was a real honour for some of our staff to show the Governor-General and Sir David around, and they gave us some lovely feedback. They compared it very favourably to the new gallery at Te Papa, so from our perspective that's really great, being up there with the best in the country.
While in the planetarium, the Queen's representative in New Zealand chatted with staff while watching Far From Frozen, an immersive documentary on the Antarctic co-produced by Natural History New Zealand.
Well, at the end she said it was hard to tell what the highlight was. She'd enjoyed it all so very much. So from my perspective that's great. We've got now hopefully a friend at the highest level of government who's going to sing our praises, and that's always a good thing.
The visitors were also given an update on the recent retrieval of fossilised moa footprints from a river in the Maniatoto, now being safeguarded at the museum. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today, a former Otago woman makes history by being the first woman to win a New Zealand dog trial championship, and we take a look at the future of farming, so catch you after the break.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
You've seen us in the street, now find us online. Check out shopon.org.nz. We have all sorts of treasures, from retro and vintage clothing to antiques, homewares and accessories. New items added every week. We're open 24/7.
It's on again, the Regent Theatre 24-hour book sale, starting noon 7th of June. Don't miss out.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274.
The season has changed, and at Alec Campbell Menswear in our 3 stores, Cromwell, South Dunedin and Mosgiel, we have it covered. Check out these jackets. They'll keep you warm and dry and stylish. Of course, we're known for our fashion shirts, but in the winter we do have our lovely warm shirts. Look at them all. And we're known for our great range of winter knitwear too. Don't forget our stretch moleskins, 6 colours.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
We'll keep you warm and dry and looking just great.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
At Green Island Medical Centre, we are committed in caring for our future and present generations. We know as a young person, coming to the doctors can be quite daunting. Our highly skilled doctors and nurses will make your experience one where you will leave with a smile. Your health is very important to us.
Step into Shop on Carol and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren. His Garador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
Evening, I'm from the Parks Department. Have you got a permit for that fire?
Welcome back. Former Otago woman Steph Tweed has made history by being the first woman to win a New Zealand Dog Trial Championship. Tweed's in her mid-20s and comes from Waitahuna, where her father Roger is also a successful trialist. She and her dog Grit won the North Island and New Zealand Championship straight hunt in Northland this week. She started dog trialling when she was at school and describes Grit as a once-in-a-lifetime dog. The future of farming in New Zealand has come under the spotlight in North Canterbury this week. Getting the right mix of proteins and reducing the carbon footprint is a complex issue. But a recent panel discussion on plant protein in Taitapu saw experts hammering out some of the details for the future of farming in New Zealand.
Sausages, burger patties and roasts, but not an animal in sight. It turns out plants are chock full of protein. That was the topic of the day at a recent panel discussion on plant protein in Taitapu, where dietitians, local mayors and international environmentalists discussed the future of farming protein in New Zealand. Maury Leland Penno is investing in a range of business opportunities which could help change the direction of New Zealand's primary industries.
We've got to change what we farm, so at the moment we have a lack of capability and resource in crops or products outside the traditional meat, dairy, apples, kiwi fruit. The capability doesn't go far beyond that, so we need to get there.
Environmentalist and author Susie Amee Cameron was unable to be present, but sent a pre-recorded video showing how much interest New Zealanders have in the unstoppable food trend.
Our interest in veganism is trending upward more and more and more. New Zealand, you see right down here, this cute little island, they are number 4.
The panel included Governor-General Dame Patsy Reddy, who is already a vegetarian and has been learning more about different plant proteins.
Quinoa, for example, and hemp. I mean, hemp seems to be quite a hot topic. Maury was talking about hops. I didn't know that hops had such a great future, but, you know, there are other things. We're very adaptable, we're very versatile. We just need to embrace those changes and realise that protecting the land for future generations and protecting our waterways is fundamental to what we do.
Dame Patsy says the dangers of not acting in the face of climate change and the human obesity epidemic could be costly.
Ministry for the Environment came out with its report recently showing what's happening to a country. So the cost of not doing things will become very difficult for us to bear.
She says she's optimistic and sees a lot of change in farmers happening already.
You listen to some of the farmers today, listen to Winton Daly, they're all looking at doing things differently. We can't do things the way we've always done them. Everything changes.
Just how quickly remains to be seen, but changes to the way we produce food seem inevitable. In Taitapu, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, a Lawrence Service Centre receives a generous gift from a famous New Zealand painter, and we find out what the weather has in store for us this Queen's birthday weekend, so stay with us.
It's on again, the Regent Theatre 24-hour book sale, starting noon 7th of June. Don't miss out.
Most of us have spots on our skin. That's quite normal. Finding skin cancer as early as possible is key to successful treatment. Book in for a free check of 1 to 2 moles or a comprehensive full body check with the Mole Doctor in Waverley.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
The Green Island Medical Centre offers everything for your family's needs. Whether you are travelling or coming in to discuss health symptoms, our medical staff provide the best of care. We offer Manage My Health, making booking an appointment or requesting a repeat prescription a breeze. We welcome families like yours. Give us a call today, phone 03 488 2754.
The season has changed, and at Alec Campbell Menswear, in our 3 stores, Cromwell, South Dunedin and Mosgiel, we have it covered. Check out these jackets. They'll keep you warm and dry and stylish. Of course, we're known for our fashion shirts, but in the winter we do have our lovely warm shirts. Look at them all. And we're known for our great range of winter knitwear too. Don't forget our stretch moleskins, 6 colours.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
We'll keep you warm and dry and looking just great.
Autumn is here and it's too late to sow seed. But don't despair, Ready Lawn is the answer to all your garden woes. Call Ready Lawn today on 027 22 88 190.
Ricky here from Beds R Us Dunedin, your local sleep specialists. Come in and try our huge touchscreen sleep selector, taking the hard work out of choosing the right bed for you. See you here.
If you're suffering from sciatica, lower back pain, hips and pelvis and knees, this technique will work wonders for you. The energy flow is transmitting through the muscles. Come and see Sunny Chin.
You've seen us in the street, now find us online. Check out shopon.org.nz. We have all sorts of treasures, from retro and vintage clothing to antiques, homewares and accessories. New items added every week. We're open 24/7.
Thanks for staying with us. A man who performed a pants-down haka in the middle of a Dunedin street while his genitalia swung freely has been ordered to undertake a year of counselling. 50-year-old Whaiti Albert has pleaded guilty to offensive behaviour, assault with a weapon and committing a threatening act. Albert performed the lewd haka in the middle of Leith Street after an altercation. The court heard he was clearly affected by alcohol and also pushed over rubbish bins, threatened to throw a Molotov cocktail and smashed a glass beer bottle in front of another person. Counsel Jim Takis said Albert is keen to turn over a new leaf and has mentioned going to law school. A piece of civic art from a prominent New Zealand painter has been donated to the Lawrence Service Centre this week. Auckland artist Dick Frizzell was present at a ceremonial public unveiling of his limited edition print of the Otago town, all made possible by the Gallivanting Ladies of Lawrence.
The township of Lawrence as it was back in 1991 and as seen through the eye of noted Kiwiana pop artist Dick Frizzell. This print of his 2017 painting now housed in the Lawrence Public Library after an official unveiling this week. It was made possible by the donation of $3,000 thanks to the fundraising efforts of a group calling itself the Gallivanting Ladies of Lawrence.
We walked into the Matakana Gallery and right in the most prominent place was this painting. We couldn't believe it, and Sally at the gallery couldn't either. Here we were pointing out different buildings that are now gone, some that are still there and what they're used for now, and so it wasn't until we come away we thought, well, this has got to be back in Lawrence.
They hatched a plan to bring it home, although the original $100,000 painting was slightly out of reach, so they settled for a print instead.
Because we started purchasing this in November, and I don't think anyone's taken 6 months to gradually get the funds, but each time we put it in the bank, another 100 off, another 50 off, until finally, and then Dick came to the party right at the end, so we were over the moon.
Frizzell took a photo of the scene back in 1991 after seeing it on television, but didn't begin painting it until just 2 years ago. On completing it, he received helpful critique from his mate Tahir at the local service station, who told him he needed something living in the painting.
He said, there's no people. And I said, oh, yeah, fair enough, because I mean, there weren't any actually. Even if there were, I would have let them out. So what I did, for Tahir, I went back and I painted this little black cat.
Tahir's cat, now part of Lawrence forever, in Lawrence, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Dunedin Mayor Dave Cull says his family is behind his decision to relinquish the mayoral chains at the next local body election. The University of Otago is celebrating its 150th anniversary this year with a host of events, including a major exhibition. And Dame Patsy Reddy has praised the Otago Museum's redeveloped Science Centre as equally wonderful as Te Papa's costlier new multi-million-dollar nature gallery. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Phil Somerville. What have you got for us in the weekend's
it's
paper?
The mix, of course. Body and Soul does coffee and caffeine improve your exercise performance. Fashion and Chains is a heading there, chain mail. Winter Feasts, and a feature about a more serious feature on the housing crisis in Dunedin, its effect on the vulnerable. In the news pages, a midwife shortage is getting really serious, and lead maternity community providers aren't accepting any woman in December or January, just the coming months.
Anecdotally, I'd heard something
You'd
about
heard
that,
yes, so it is quite serious. And neurosurgery front, they're struggling to get a locum, so apparently there's no cover this weekend, which is concerning for aneurysms or accidents or whatever, and so people have to be flown to Christchurch.
Yeah.
More positive note, a former Dunedin woman, Steph Tweed, she's the first woman to win a New Zealand dog trial championship. It's nice. And in Queenstown, the Luma exhibition, that spectacular lighting show, which I actually saw last year, begins, and we've got a whole page of pictures and maybe one on page 1 for that in tomorrow's paper.
Fantastic. So you can catch all of that in tomorrow's ODT and the weekend ODT. Lovely. And now it's time for a look at the weekend's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Starting with today's southern view, taken of a morning train reflected on a car roof in central Dunedin. Looking at the situation, a chilly long weekend ahead with plenty of snow about tomorrow and cold winds remaining for Sunday and Monday. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect rain with highs of 11 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim are also due for rain and 12-degree highs. In Canterbury, plan for a cloudy day with 9 in Kaikoura, 8 in Christchurch and Ashburton is 1 lower on 7 degrees. Looking at the southern towns, the Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore can all expect fresh southerly snow showers and highs of 6 degrees. Travelling westward to the Central Lakes, tomorrow is set to feature moderate southeasterlies for you all. Alexandra has snow clearing and a high of 4, Wanaka and Queenstown become fine and reach a high of 5, while Te Anau is due for snow showers and a high of 6 degrees. Looking to the northern towns along the coast, Oamaru and Timaru are in for decreasing southerly showers and a high of 7 degrees. And it's going to be colder inland with snow clearing in Amarama and Twizel, looking at a high of 4 degrees. In Dunedin tonight, wrap up for sleet and snow on the hills to 200 metres, coupled with fresh gusty southwesterlies and an overnight low of 4 degrees. It's very cold tomorrow with sleety showers, some hail and snow showers above 200 metres. Also coupled with some strong gusty southwesterlies, looking at a high of 7 and a low of 4. Cloud breaking and sunny periods increasing on Sunday with fresh cold southwesterlies easing, aiming for a high of 8 and a low of 3. And sunny periods and milder westerlies on Monday, but some rain at night. Heading to Invercargill, sleety showers tonight with strong southerlies and an overnight low of 3. Very cold tomorrow with hail and sleet showers and fresh gusty southwesterlies, a high of 6 and a really chilly low of 2. Becoming fine on Sunday with sunny periods increasing and breezy cold southwesterlies easing. Looking at a high of 8 degrees and another chilly low of 2, and it's more wintry showers arriving on Monday with strong southwesterlies. And that's all for our news this Friday and for the week. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Have a lovely Queen's Birthday weekend. If travelling, take care on the roads, and we'll catch you next Tuesday. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.